Okay, so sophomore year at Bi-State, I was really hungry because I was done for the day already, and then me and Izzy kept going and getting chicken strips, and we went like 6 times that day just for like 3 rounds of chicken strips. Because they came with 3.
Oh my god, the Dippin' Dots, bro. The
yeah,
Dippin' Dots.
I had 12 Dippin' Dots that day too. So 12 Dippin' Dots and 6 chicken strips. And then Brooke was like, "You're not gonna make weight ever again." I did. It was just hard.
A lot of running. I would say my freshman year Bi-State, first ever match I ever wrestled before. We went into overtime, and I ended up beating the girl by a takedown, and I was absolutely gassed afterwards, and the pictures were horrendous.
It was last year's Bi-State. It was day 2. Me and Izzy were done wrestling. So, like one does, we decided to walk to McDonald's from the hotel room.
It was cold.
It was really cold, yeah.
Was I in slippers or were I?
No, yeah, she was in
I
slippers.
was in slippers. I think they were my croissant ones.
They were.
I think my favorite memory from, like, what I can remember is winning conference last year, because we hadn't done that in a really long time. So it was nice to win it with last year's seniors.
Yeah, I was going to go off of that and say when we beat Mauston at the duel last year for conference, came down to the last match, it was probably the most hype I've ever been or seen anyone, like, for any wrestling event, so.
Ooh, or when we were, I think it was Westfield,
Westfield.
and it came down to Drew. It came down to Drew, and then he won. I don't know how he won, because he was like, "Love you, Drew," but like, it was a match. It was a really good match, and we won. And I've never seen our old coach like jump like as high as he did. He like jumped like 3 feet in the air. He was so happy. But
I would say this year, Queen of the Mat, that was like a full circle moment, taking 3rd out of a pretty big bracket for going up a weight class. That was a lot of fun.
I'll just say Bi-State. I guess like Bi-State, going like to different rooms and like, I guess, talking to people and stuff. That's all I really got.
I've wrestled since my freshman year, but I never won a match till my junior year. Lord knows why, but so we were at, I can't remember where we were, but I was wrestling a Wassa West girl, and I was really nervous because, I don't know, every Wassa West girl I've wrestled has really beaten me up, so I was really nervous, and I had Blaze and Brooke with me, and then Blaze was like, "You got this, like, just go in there and work your shots." And somehow I hit a fireman, and I pinned her right away. I get off the mat, and I'm just really excited for me. And then I see Brooke and Blaze just like jump in the air, like high five, and then Brooke's like, "Yeah!" And I'm like, "Okay, guys, I won." And then Brooke's like, "You can have all the crumble cookie you want." And I was like, "Yep."
Oh. I would have to say our home duel. Who was against? It was against Rapids, and my match, I went in like super nervous. I was having a really crappy day. And I go out there and I body slam the chick, and I could just hear the student section in my like, what was it called, headgear? And it was just amazing.
Mine's also the home duel. It was my first duel this season, and like my first match like that season too, or this season. And I hadn't won a match at all, and I was really nervous because it was like the home duel. But I went out there, had a tough couple seconds of that, first period, but then I ended up hitting her as my first win, and it was home, so it was nice.
I cut the most weight ever in the shortest amount of time that I ever have. I think I cut like 4 pounds in like 30 minutes, because the person who was at my weight class like was sick, so then they told me that I had to be at weight, and I did not think that I was gonna have to wrestle that day, so I was over by like 4 pounds, because I was still in school when I found out that he was sick, so I had to start cutting like
I'm hungry, dude.
at like noon, and then we wrestled at like 6.
How do you lose 4 pounds that quick?
You don't stop moving, and you spit, which is like illegal, but like it doesn't do that much. Trust me, it doesn't do that much. But yeah, I didn't stop moving for like 30 minutes. I ran up and down the like staircases like a bunch, and then school was finally over, so I had Brooke unlock the weight room doors, and I just got on a bike and just kept going.
My first practice ever, it was when I still went to Assumption. I came here, didn't know anybody, but I walked in the room and the first thing that was said to me was, "You should eat a cheeseburger," because I was 98 pounds. I don't know who said it to me, but that's all I remember. It was like, "You need to eat a cheeseburger," and I was like, "All right."